What's going on, Hutheads? It's Joe with Hut from joebbaspalace. So I just wanted to hop on and talk about some of the Set 3 reveals that were just revealed via Fantasy Flight Games. All of these cards have been added to the Star Wars Unlimited site. They are for Set 3, which is called Twilight of the Republic. It will be launching November 8th, and I assume that pre-release will be November 1st, the week before, because that's usually how that works. So I just wanted to hop on, since we just got some new details and obviously some cards to look at, so that we can take a look at them and maybe have some ideas of how these are going to work and how to build decks with them and stuff like that. So we're on the Gen Con, I believe, is this weekend. I'm sure they wanted to get some content out for people to talk about. Obviously, we're in the midst of Shadows of the Galaxy right now, where we're starting to understand the meta for that. And I'll just throw this out there. I'm not an expert. I don't build a ton of decks on my own. I mess around and I see what other people are doing and stuff like that, but I haven't played enough in person to be considered an expert or anything like that. So we're just spitballing here. I've ripped a lot of cards from the first two sets, though, so it'll be interesting to see how these go. So yeah, let's take a look. So first thing is that we have our first two Set 3 leaders for Twilight of the Republic, and it's Ahsoka Tano and General Grievous. I assume that these are the ones that we're going to be getting in the starter. So we'll take a look at Ahsoka first. So Ahsoka, well, I wanted to see it bigger. Let's zoom in. So Ahsoka, pretty cool art here. Obviously, it's a slightly younger version. So basically, we got Ahsoka Tano, and then has Snips here, which is a nice little nod. She flips on 5, so she's going to be a pretty fast leader for you. We'll go over her leader stuff first, and then we'll look at her unit stuff. So Coordinate is an action, so it takes up an action. Attack with a unit, it gets +1 for this attack. So immediately you're just adding stuff to people. Now this is called Coordinate, so you have to gain this ability while you control 3 or more units. So I think the way that this is going to work is that basically, let me scroll down quick, is that they're going to give you the option to play these trooper units. Oh, that's broken. Sorry. Let me go back. Oh no. It's going to give you these trooper units, which you can get in various different ways. There's ways to get them on the field. We'll see in some of the other cards. So I think that they're just going to give you the option to get these free, cheap units on the field so that you can build to 3 and then Coordinate will be active. That's my understanding of it, at least right now, just from quickly looking at it. So basically, as you would expect from a clone army, we're going to be trying to get a lot of people out there and then kind of just attack together and gain different abilities through that. Coordinate, this unit gets +2. So if you're doing the action, and I assume that your Coordinate will be +3 then, but that's what that is. So that's what's going on with Ahsoka for now. Obviously, I'm sure people can decipher that a little bit better, but just wanted to look at the cards quick and see what we think. Here's the back side. So she flips at 5, so her cost is 5. And then she's a 3/6, and then her Coordinate action is this unit gets +2. Okay, so that was the reverse side text, my bad. So the unit will get +2 if you have Coordinate active. Okay, so she's basically going to be hitting for 5, so she'll be a 5/6 when she flips, and then I assume that she's helping other people around her get Coordinate and keeping that active, and you being able to use and beef up those token units and stuff like that. Flipping over to, I guess we could cover the clones first. Oh, whatever, we'll talk about Grievous. So Grievous, his action is to first he's a general of the droid army, so that's his title right there. And obviously he's a unique unit. Separatist official, which we didn't talk about. Hold on, let me go back to Ahsoka. She is a Force Jedi Republic. So I think all those exist already, but we're now getting Separatist as a trait, and he's an official, so he'll help with some of those, maybe a yellow-green combination or something like that. His action is to give a droid unit Sentinel for this phase, which is so on brand for Grievous because he's like kind of like throws people in front of him and lets them do the dirty work. And we're going to be sacrificing droids a lot. It seems like it's going to be, we'll turn things into Sentinel so that they get in the way, protect the base, and then there's other units that we're going to talk about that basically you can destroy units in order to get a bigger unit on the field. Yeah, so that's what's going on with him. He flips at 6, so he's slightly slower than Ahsoka. The back of the card is that he's a 6/4/8. On attack, you may give a droid unit Sentinel. So we're keeping that Sentinel thing alive, but it gets +1 from that. You have a unit +1 and Sentinel for this phase. So it's gonna help keeping people off you, keeping that Sentinel, at least helping that Sentinel kill people when they try to attack it, and stuff like that. So that's what's going on with Grievous. Cunning Villainy, all that stuff. Here's the artist, David Buisson, over there. We'll just give credit to that. And then we had same guy, David Buisson, as our artist over there. Alright, so now let's get through into some of the units, events, and upgrades that we have available. I think it's mostly units that we're showing right now. So we have General's Guardian. When he's a 4/4/4, so a nice round unit. When this unit is attacked, create a battle droid token. Okay, so every time this guy gets attacked, we're going to be able to create one of these battle droid tokens, which of course that's broken again. Sorry about that. For some reason that's like kind of broken on the site. You have to refresh it because they just get uploaded. So basically these are free units that I guess you would get in certain ways like that, and then 1/1. I don't think that you can just have these like in your hand. I think they're just kind of more like the way you would treat upgrades, but we'll see. I don't know how it's going to work. It hasn't been uploaded to Force Table yet, so we haven't been able to playtest anything yet. But yeah, anyway, back to the General's Guardian. So basically, you can get him out as a 4, and then you can really start building stuff and have people to sacrifice or turn into Sentinels with Grievous, or get bigger units out there by sacrificing them, like I said. So that's what's going on with those. But a 4/4/4 is nice, and he's creating droid tokens and getting more people. So you want to like flood the board. It's an army. It's definitely going to be like very more like military, this set, for sure. Because it seems like everybody's trying to flood the board and then get upgrades or sacrifice stuff and build up that way, or get Sentinels and stuff like that. And then here's Rex. Awesome. Very nice art for Rex. I like that. You can really see the helmet. Looks really cool there. Lead by example is what he says. He's a Republic clone trooper. So clone would be our new trait here that we haven't had yet. Oh no, there's some clones available because we did Bad Batch, right? So we did have those in set too. When played, create 2 clone trooper tokens. So he's very much working in tandem as like a mirror to the guy that we just talked about, who was the Guardian. So basically he's a 6, he costs 6, and he's a 4/4, but he's creating 2 clone trooper tokens. So this is going to help you flood the board, get those things on the table, get your coordinate action going, stuff like that. So really cool. Love Rex. Gotta love it. I assume that we're probably going to get a leader for Rex as well. I don't know why they wouldn't do that, but this is basically just our basic unit version. And I can see this being a pretty cool hyperspace, so you can see more of this hallway. Maybe there's more clones in the background, stuff like that. This is Eric Hibbler art, so definitely check him out if you're interested in that card. Let me just go back to the Guardian and see who it was. Stefano Landini, that was the General's Guardian. Okay, so then we can move on to Coruscant Guard, which is also command. Coruscant Guard has coordinate and ambush. So you gain this keyword where you control 3 or more units. So that's what we're talking about. If you get Rex out, and then he creates 2 unit tokens. Now we have 3 units on the field. Now we have coordinate when we put our Coruscant Guard out. Or we can maybe have him out already, and then he can be the extra unit, whatever. So basically, if we can get him out in that scenario, then he'll gain ambush. So then you have a 3/2 that gains ambush. So you can kind of help him trade, or you can try to build him up. I really like this art, by the way. It's really cool. It's like that nice like shock clone art. He's got a really cool shield. He's got the like baton going on there. That's really dope. Coruscant Guard, Republic clone trooper. So yeah, this is combining coordinate with something else like ambush. It could definitely work really well. And once again, this is Kyle Petchak as the artist. And then we get to, here we go, Anakin. So we've been waiting for this unit for a long time. We have a Vader. We need an Anakin. I love the way that this looks. It's awesome that they put him with Ahsoka in the background. This is going to be such a nice, like, hyperfoil card, I can tell. Let's just go ahead and give Eric Hibbler props on that immediately before we forget, because I think he did a really good job with this art. It looks really nice. He's clearly got, like, a force push going on here. He's got his classic blue lightsaber. Ahsoka's back here deflecting stuff. Really cool stuff. So, he costs 5 and is a 6/6. Which is awesome. So he's going to be around for a while. People are going to have to target him. And then he does coordinate. So on attack, while coordinate is active, you can draw a card. So that can help you kind of like build more troops or get some upgrades or, you know, get some removal or whatever you need. So he's going to hit you for 6 and then he's also going to draw a card every time. So there's really not too much negative here with Anakin. He's like all positive here, as opposed to, you know, like when he becomes Darth Vader and becomes a horrible person and starts killing younglings and stuff like that. Yeah, so there you go. That's that. And this is my favorite art so far that we've seen from this set. Really nice. So that's Anakin. Separatist Commando. So now we're getting into our yellow. So Cunning. This is a 2/2/3, so a little bit of extra HP to have him stick around maybe after that first round. So a good starting unit for you. While you control another Separatist unit, this unit gains Raid 2. So if you can survive, if you can get him out on the first round, or maybe you would hold him for the second round, if you can get him out when other people are on the field, then you're hitting for 4 and you have 3 health. So that's a nice cheap unit that you can hit for 4 with Raid 2. Really cool. Really good stuff. I feel like we've only seen stuff like that from some of the like spaceships and stuff like that. So yeah, and cool. I mean, I like the design of this clone of this Separatist droid. It definitely is a little bit slightly more menacing than the regular battle droids are. But it's cool that this is like more of a unit, and then they use the battle droids as tokens and stuff like that. So you can really see what they're trying to do with this set. You want to just flood the board, give him raid, get ahead. You can move pretty quick, which Cunning isn't usually too quick. It's usually kind of more of like staving off and controlling, holding out for bigger units. But this is definitely going to help us speed up some of these Cunning decks for sure. Alright, and then we have Battle Droid Escort. So this is what I was talking about as far as sacrificing units. So this is a 3/1/1. When played / when defeated, create a Battle Droid token. So basically you're going to try to get this guy out pretty early and then sacrifice him, turn him into a Battle Droid, and then you got something a little bit more substantial, and then you can start building a little bit more. So, and then also I just want to, once again, let's go back one because I need to give the artist credit here. Ahmad Mur was the Separatist Commando. He did the art for that one. And then this is Eslam Abashadi for the art on this one. And this honestly might be, I don't know, that Anakin art was really nice, but this is just a really good, probably the best Separatist art that we've seen of the ones that they've released so far. So, Battle Droid Escort, I love Grievous, and then he's got all the droids and all that stuff. So just really like, really cool stuff. This will be such a cool hyperspace, hyperfoil card. Even just a foil card, I think it'll look really good when we can see like more of this battle unfolding around us and what else is going on here. So that's really dope. Love that. So yeah, basically when played or when defeated, create a Battle Droid token. So you're putting something out for 3, getting a Battle Droid token, and then you can even sacrifice him, run him into something, put a little damage on the base or whatever, and then when he's defeated, you get another Battle Droid token. So you're essentially getting 2 units out of this unit after you play it, which is not bad because you're putting it out at 3, so it's always kind of a more decision what you want to do at 3 because you're getting closer to some of those like shielded units, especially if we're going to be playing this in Cunning. You can have like some shielded units or other stuff that are doing more interesting things. But this guy basically letting you turn 1 unit into 2 units once he's dead. It's really cool. Alright, and then we can go to the Hailfire tank. So this is the one I wanted to get to, because this is really like, and this exploit thing is what we're talking about when we're talking about sacrificing units. So first of all, we'll say Sebastian Guidabano is the artist here, and really cool, nice dynamic action going on here. The Battle of Geonosis is such a cool part of the trilogy. It's definitely the best part of Attack of the Clones. It kind of like saves that movie. So being able to see some extra artwork for these is really cool. And you can see that it's got like the dust spitting up and all that stuff. Like I said, very dynamic action. Very cool. I always like the look of this tank. It's really cool. So this is a Separatist droid vehicle tank. It costs 8, so you're going to be waiting a while to play it, but then it hits for 7 and has 6 HP. It has Exploit 2. While playing this card, defeat up to 2 units you control. This card costs 2 less for each unit defeated this way. So you can see kind of our building pattern here, where we're just trying to get some droids out there with some of the other cards that we've talked about earlier. And then you can do the Exploit 2 and get this guy out earlier at 6. So if you're saving, you can definitely get him out a little bit earlier, which is dope. So, yeah, and then you're getting a high-cost unit that's hitting for 7, sticking around a little bit longer for 6, with 6 HP, and getting him out at 6. So I feel like most of the time you're not really going to play this unit unless you have the droids out there. But definitely get some tokens out there early on, flood the board, and then kind of reset the board with this guy and have a heavy hitter for sure. Alright, and then we have 332nd Stalwart, and Ario Murti is the artist here. You gotta love the look of the 332nd Ahsoka clones. This was such a big moment in the final season of Clone Wars. Such like a heart-wrenching moment for Ahsoka after being gone for so long and then coming back and being welcomed back by the clones, which is really great. So this is going to be a low-cost heroism unit, so you can put it in a lot of different decks. A 1 unit is nice because you can honestly get like 2 of these on the board if you want. So, and you can start working towards you coordinate earlier. So this is definitely like one of the easiest ways to build coordinate. So it's a 1/1/2. It gets +1/+1 when coordinate is active, though. So, like, say you get, like, 2 or 3 of these guys on the board. Now you're a 3/4. Oh, no, you're a 3/5. No, 3/4. And that's already, like, for 1 cost, that's amazing. So you can kind of just keep building these guys. I mean, if you have an opening hand where you're pulling 2 of these, and you can get them ahead, then you're already doing 4 damage. You're sticking around for longer than you normally would. You're building coordinate. Ahsoka can make you better with her coordinate actions and stuff like that. So definitely loving the synergy with the clones for sure. It's going to be very interesting to see what type of decks people build about this. And also just another shout out to the artwork. I mean, this is cool. They're in like a city type setup. Very interesting background. We've got 3 of them here. Clearly they're trying to say you want to get a lot of these guys out here. Very nice, and they just did a good job of bringing this armor to life, which is just an iconic armor. Alright, and then the only thing that's left here is the token. So we have the Battle Droid token, which of course doesn't want to load correctly. So basically, we've talked about the ways that you can get these out here. There's certain cards that are letting you put them out. I don't know if you can put them out on your own. I assume that you probably can't just put them out for 0. I don't think that they're the type of thing that's going to be in your hand. We'll see. I think it's more of like kind of like a... It'll be like to the side with like an upgrade would be, like a shield or something like that. And I think it'll probably be treated that way. I can't imagine they're going to let you just have like a bunch of 0 ones. Also, I can't imagine that they'll limit how many of these that you can have overall, because it's such a big part of it. So there you go. It's a 0/1/1, and obviously we've talked about the various different ways that you can upgrade these over time. And then just to look, no, and let's give a shout out to the artist there. Sorry, I've been. This is Eslam Abashadi on the art for that one. Really cool action going on there. And then this is a very interesting that we have like the parallel to this. So we got like a couple clones going on here. They got their boo blasters going. This is also Eslam, so you can see very much the same artist giving us the same aesthetic here. Yeah, just really cool looking art for the clones there. Yeah, and same thing. They're 2/2 though, so they're a little bit stronger than the droids, so they'll stick around a little bit longer for sure. So you can see that it's really going to be that both sides want to flood the board, but I feel like the Separatists want to sacrifice stuff to put you in the way of the base as Sentinels, and then eventually get to those higher units, make those higher units cheaper, and then kind of like be more devastating that way. So I feel like they'll take a little bit more time to ramp. And that's evidenced also by how the fact that Grievous flips at 6 instead of 5 like Ahsoka does. So it'll be a little bit slower for the Separatists. And then the clones will be a little bit faster. Because, I mean, that makes sense. They're smarter, they're humans, stuff like that. Yeah, so then those are all the cards that are going on there. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope everybody's enjoying Star Wars Unlimited overall. If you guys are after anything, we do have Shadows of the Galaxy in stock. We also have over 500 action figures available, so give us a follow. It's at joebbaspalace on Instagram. Obviously, we're on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all those places. We have a Facebook group, all that stuff if you want to follow some of the new Star Wars Unlimited news or any of that other stuff. So, thanks everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. In the comments, feel free to let me know what you think about the new cards, what your favorite art is, shout out some of the artists maybe on Instagram and stuff like that, and all that. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace out.